Picture this, you're standing at the bottom of a staircase ready to head up, but your legs feel heavy, like they're begging you to sit back down. Or maybe you're out for a walk with your grandkids and halfway through your knees start to ache, forcing you to cut the fun short. If you're over 60, you might have felt moments like these creep into your life, stealing a bit of the freedom you used to take for granted. But here's the truth. You don't have to accept weak legs as just part of aging. Your legs can stay strong, steady, and ready to carry you through your 80s, 90s, and beyond, without spending hours at the gym or chasing miracle cures. It's all about giving your body the right fuel, and that's exactly what we're diving into today. Welcome to a journey that's all about keeping your legs powerful and your confidence soaring, no matter your age. In this video, we're going to explore 6 essential vitamins that can transform how your legs feel and perform. These aren't just nutrients, they're like trusted friends that help your muscles, bones, and joints work together so you can keep dancing, gardening, or simply walking to the mailbox with ease. From boosting circulation to easing those nagging cramps. These vitamins are your secret to staying mobile and independent. And the best part, you can start supporting your legs with simple everyday habits that take less effort than brewing your morning coffee. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a cup of tea, and let's get started on this path to stronger legs. Before we dive in, if you're new here, I'd love for you to join our community. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a tip to help you live your best life. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments below. If it's not quite hitting the mark, type 0 so I can make my next video even better for you. Ready? Let's kick things off with our first vitamin 1. That's like sunshine in a bottle for your legs. The first vitamin we're talking about is vitamin D. And let me tell you, it's a game changer for keeping your legs strong as you age. Think of vitamin D as the key that unlocks your body's ability to build sturdy bones and powerful muscles. Without it, even the simplest tasks like getting up from your favorite armchair or stepping onto a curb can start to feel like climbing a mountain. As we get older, our bodies don't absorb calcium as well, and that's where vitamin D steps in. It helps your bones stay dense and your muscles stay responsive, so you're less likely to wobble or feel that shaky uncertainty when you move. Have you ever noticed your legs feeling tired or weak even after a short walk? Or maybe you've had a moment where standing up felt harder than it used to. Those could be your body's way of waving a little flag saying, "Hey, I need more vitamin D." Research backs this up. Studies show that low vitamin D levels are linked to a higher risk of falls and fractures in older adults. One study even found that seniors with enough vitamin D were 20% less likely to stumble or lose their balance. That's a big deal when you're aiming to stay active and independent. Now you might be thinking, okay, but how do I get more vitamin D? One of the best ways is to soak up some sunlight. Just 15 to 20 minutes of sun exposure a few times a week can work wonders, especially if you're out in the morning when the rays are gentle. But let's be real, depending on where you live or how much time you spend outdoors, that's not always easy. Plus, as we age, our skin gets less efficient at turning sunlight into vitamin D. That's why food and supplements can be your best allies. Try adding foods like fatty fish, think salmon or tuna, to your meals a couple of times a week. Fortified cereals and orange juice are great options too, especially for breakfast. But here's a simple habit. I love 1 tablespoon of cod liver oil a day. I know it doesn't sound glamorous, but it's like a powerhouse in a spoon. Not only does it deliver a solid dose of vitamin D, but it also brings omega-3s that help reduce inflammation in your joints. I've heard from folks in their 80s who swear by this habit, saying their legs feel steadier and those annoying nighttime cramps have faded. Imagine waking up stretching and feeling your legs ready to take on the day. That's the kind of difference vitamin D can make. Let's move on to our second vitamin, vitamin B12. This one's a bit of an unsung hero, but it's absolutely vital for keeping your legs energized and responsive. B12 is all about your nerves and blood cells, which work together to keep your muscles firing on all cylinders. When your B12 levels are low, your legs might feel heavy, like you're wading through molasses. You might even notice a strange tingling, like your feet are buzzing or prickling. I remember talking to a friend's mom, a vibrant 75-year-old who loved her daily walks. She started feeling unsteady, like her legs weren't listening to her brain. A quick check with her doctor revealed a B12 deficiency, and once she addressed it, she was back to strolling with confidence. Why does this happen? As we age, our stomachs produce less acid, which makes it harder to absorb B12 from food. Even if you're eating a balanced diet with eggs, chicken, or dairy, your body might not be getting enough. Low B12 can make your muscles feel weak and your balance a little off, which is the last thing you want when you're chasing after grandkids or tending to your garden. The good news, boosting your B12 is easier than you might think. Start by adding B12-rich foods to your plate. Think lean meats, shellfish, or fortified plant-based milks if you're vegetarian. But here's a tip that's worked wonders for many. Sprinkle a tablespoon of nutritional yeast on your meals. It's a nutty, cheesy tasting powder. You can toss on soups, salads, or even popcorn. 1 tablespoon gives you a hefty dose of B12, and it's so easy to incorporate. A neighbor of mine who's pushing 90 started doing this and told me her legs feel lighter and she's got more pep in her step. That's the kind of change that makes you smile. So we've covered vitamin D, your bone and muscle booster, and vitamin B12, your nerve and energy protector. These two are like the foundation of a house. Get them right and everything else stands stronger. Let's keep the momentum going and dive into our next vitamin, which is all about keeping your joints flexible and pain-free. Now that we've got the foundation laid with vitamin D and B12, let's keep building on this journey to stronger, more reliable legs. The next vitamin we're diving into is vitamin C, and don't let its reputation as a cold fighter fool you. This nutrient is a powerhouse for keeping your joints limber and your legs moving smoothly. Imagine waking up in the morning, swinging your legs out of bed, and feeling your knees bend without that familiar creak or stiffness. That's the kind of freedom vitamin C can help unlock. As we age, our joints take a beating from years of walking, climbing, and carrying us through life's adventures. Vitamin C steps in like a skilled repair worker, helping your body produce collagen, a protein that acts like the glue holding your joints, ligaments, and tendons together. Without enough collagen, your knees might feel like rusty hinges, making every step a little more cautious than it used to be. Have you ever felt a dull ache in your legs after a short walk? Or noticed your joints protesting when you get up from a chair? That could be a sign your body's running low on vitamin C, beyond collagen. This vitamin is a fierce fighter against inflammation, which is often the sneaky culprit behind chronic joint pain. Inflammation can make your legs feel heavy and slow, like you're trudging through sand. Studies show that older adults with higher vitamin C levels report less joint stiffness and better mobility, which means you're more likely to keep up with your daily routines, whether it's tending to your roses or joining friends for a game of cards. I remember a neighbor, a sprightly 82-year-old named Clara, who started feeling like her knees were holding her back from her beloved yoga class. She added more vitamin C to her diet, and within weeks she was back to her sun salutations, smiling brighter than ever. So how do you get more vitamin C without just chugging orange juice all day? Fruits like strawberries, kiwi, and bell peppers are fantastic choices, bright, tasty, and easy to add to your meals. But here's a habit that's become a favorite for many. Mix 1 tablespoon of acerola cherry powder into your morning smoothie or a glass of water. Acerola cherries are like nature's vitamin C bombs, packing way more of the nutrient than your average orange. It's a simple step that takes less than a minute, and the results can be remarkable. Clara told me her joints feel like they've been oiled, and she's even started taking short hikes again. If your legs are feeling tight or your knees are grumbling more than usual, vitamin C might just be the spark they need to feel alive again. Let's shift gears to our next vitamin, vitamin K2. This one's a bit of a hidden gem, but it's absolutely critical for keeping your legs steady and your bones strong. You might have heard that calcium is the key to healthy bones, and that's true. But without vitamin K2, that calcium can end up in the wrong places, like your arteries or joints instead of your bones where it belongs. Think of K2 as a traffic director guiding calcium to your skeleton to keep it rock solid. Weak bones can make your legs feel unreliable, like you're walking on shaky ground, and that's the last thing you want when you're trying to stay active. I've seen this firsthand with a friend's dad, a 78-year-old, who loved his daily walks but started noticing his legs felt off, like they couldn't quite support him. A doctor's visit revealed his bones needed more support, and K2 became his secret weapon. Low vitamin K2 can lead to brittle bones, which increases the risk of fractures, something no one wants to deal with. Research shows that seniors with adequate K2 levels have stronger bones and better posture, which means you're less likely to hunch over or feel wobbly when you move. This vitamin also helps keep your blood vessels flexible, improving circulation so your legs get the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong. If you've ever felt like your legs tire out too quickly or your balance isn't what it used to be, K2 could be the missing piece of the puzzle. Getting enough K2 is easier than you might think. Foods like fermented soybeans natto. If you're adventurous, and certain cheeses like Gouda are great sources. But here's a simple habit that fits into any routine. Add 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter or ghee to your day. Spread it on toast, melt it over steamed veggies, or stir it into your coffee for a creamy boost. Grass-fed butter is packed with K2, and it's a delicious way to support your bones and legs. My friend's dad started doing this, and he swears his walks feel easier now with less of that shaky feeling he used to dread. If you're worried about staying steady or want to keep your bones as strong as they were in your 60s, K2 is your ally. So we've explored vitamin C, which keeps your joints flexible and pain-free, and vitamin K2, which ensures your bones stay solid and your legs reliable. These two work together like a dynamic duo, giving your legs the support they need to carry you through life's moments, big and small. Let's keep going and dive into our next vitamin, which is all about banishing those pesky leg cramps and boosting your energy. Let's keep the energy flowing as we dive into our next vitamin 1. That's like a burst of vitality for your legs, magnesium. If you've ever been jolted awake by a sharp cramp in your calf or felt your legs grow heavy after a short walk, magnesium might be the hero your body's been calling for. This mineral is like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure your muscles, nerves, and blood vessels all play in harmony. When magnesium levels are low, your legs can feel tense, twitchy, or just plain exhausted, even if you haven't done much. I recall a conversation with my aunt, a lively 85-year-old, who loves her daily knitting sessions. She started noticing her legs would cramp up after sitting for a while, making it hard to get up and move. A little tweak to her diet, focusing on magnesium, turned things around, and now she's back to bustling around her kitchen with ease. Why is magnesium so crucial? It helps your muscles relax after they contract, which is why a deficiency can lead to those dreaded Charlie horses or tightness in your calves. It also supports healthy blood flow, ensuring your legs get the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay strong and responsive. Research shows that older adults with higher magnesium intake have better muscle strength and lower rates of falls, which is a big win for staying independent. If you've ever felt like your legs are dragging or you're battling stiffness after a simple task like vacuuming, low magnesium could be part of the problem. It's not just about physical strength. Magnesium also gives you that extra zip of energy to tackle your day, whether you're chasing grandkids or enjoying a leisurely stroll. So how do you bring more magnesium into your life without overhauling your diet? Foods like spinach, almonds, and black beans are fantastic, and they're easy to toss into salads or soups. But here's a habit that's as simple as it gets. Snack on 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds each day. You can sprinkle them on yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or just munch on them while watching your favorite show. Pumpkin seeds are a magnesium goldmine, and they're packed with other goodies like healthy fats that keep your heart happy. My aunt started keeping a little jar of pumpkin seeds by her knitting chair, and she says her legs feel lighter with fewer cramps interrupting her sleep. If your legs have been feeling restless or sluggish, magnesium might just be the key to getting them back in rhythm. Now let's wrap up our list with a vitamin that's all about keeping your legs warm, light, and ready to move: vitamin E. This nutrient is like a guardian for your blood vessels, keeping them soft and flexible so blood flows smoothly to your muscles. Poor circulation can make your legs feel cold, tingly, or heavy, especially after sitting for a while. Ever notice your feet feeling like ice blocks or a pins and needles sensation when you stand up? That's often a sign your circulation needs a boost, and vitamin E is here to help. I think of a friend's uncle, a 92-year-old, who loved his evening walks, but started feeling his legs tire out too quickly. Adding more vitamin E to his routine made a noticeable difference, and he's back to enjoying his neighborhood strolls with a spring in his step. Vitamin E works its magic by protecting the delicate cells lining your blood vessels and reducing inflammation, which can clog up circulation over time. Studies suggest that seniors with higher vitamin E levels have better endurance and less leg fatigue, meaning you can keep moving without that "my legs are done" feeling. It's also an antioxidant, which means it helps shield your muscles from wear and tear as you age. If you've been dealing with swelling in your ankles or legs that feel slow to respond, vitamin E could be the spark to get things flowing again. To boost your vitamin E, reach for foods like sunflower seeds, avocados, or a handful of almonds. But here's a tip that's become a go-to for many drizzle. 1 tablespoon of wheat germ oil over your veggies, or mix it into a smoothie. It's a concentrated source of vitamin E, and it's so easy to incorporate. My friend's uncle started doing this, and he told me his legs feel warmer and less achy even on chilly days. It's like giving your legs a little hug from the inside, keeping them ready for whatever you want to do next. So let's take a moment to reflect on this journey we've been on. We've explored 6 incredible vitamins that can transform how your legs feel and perform. Vitamin D builds strong bones and muscles. B12 keeps your nerves sharp and energized. Vitamin C makes your joints flexible. K2 ensures your bones stay solid. Magnesium banishes cramps and boosts energy. And vitamin E keeps your circulation humming. These nutrients are like a team of supporters working together to help you walk, climb, and move with confidence. And the beauty is, you don't need to make drastic changes, just small intentional habits like a spoonful of cod liver oil, a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds, or a drizzle of wheat. Germ oil can make all the difference. Think about what these changes could mean for you. Maybe it's the joy of keeping up with your grandkids at the park, the pride of tending your garden without pain, or the simple pleasure of walking to your mailbox without a second thought. These vitamins aren't just about your legs, they're about living life on your terms at any age. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which vitamin are you most excited to try? Or do you have a story about how you've kept your legs strong? Your thoughts inspire me and everyone watching, so don't hold back. If this video has given you a spark of hope or a new idea, please type 6 in the comments to let me know you made it to the end. And if you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so we can keep exploring ways to live your best life together. Your support means the world and helps me create more content to keep you moving, smiling, and thriving. Here's to strong legs, big adventures, and a life full of freedom. See you in the next video.